Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another update video by me, Major Shepherd. It's been a while since I've done one, so I thought I'd keep you in the know about what's going on and all of that, so then you can, well, keep in the know. Anyway, first order of business. I have now finished, just in case you don't watch the series, I don't know, but I've now finished Mass Effect 2. I actually just finished recording it, and I'm uploading the episodes now, along with this. And yeah, I've enjoyed playing it. In my opinion, out of all of the Mass Effect games, I think Mass Effect 2 is the best one out of the three so far. Mass Effect, don't get me wrong, Mass Effect 1 is amazing. It's still the biggest thing that got me into the game, and I've played it the most. But I think Mass Effect 2's aesthetic feel, the theme that they were going for, and the basic continuation of everyone's arc and stories it was great. It was a great sequel to a great game. The main game, I said, is the best part. The DLC also is really good. The what was it? The Project Overlord one is probably my favourite, because the music is just freaking great in that, and it's just really good. It's a good length. It's got a good story, and yeah, it's just really interesting. Then you've got the Shadow Broker DLC, which again is really good, has really good music, is a bit shorter, but it still offers enough, like, whoa, this is so freaking cool, and it has enough new features, like you get to fly around a freaking car. That's just really cool. It was just, DLC should be something like that, where you have just something new for the game, just for this one DLC, to get you like, oh, cool. That whole DLC was also a good one, probably one of my favourites. And then we've got the Arrival DLC. Now, the thing is, it's a fine DLC, but it's very linear. It's like, no matter what you do, this will happen this way, and you can't do anything else. And it kind of goes against the rest of the game, because all the other times in the game, you can make a choice. You can kill this guy, or you can't. You don't kill him. You can knock this guy out the window, or you don't. Or you can persuade this person not to shoot you, and then they end up leaving alive. Or you make something happen, so then something else happens. But in this, obviously this is going to have spoilers, but in this, the DLC, it's like they take away that choice. Shepard will always crash the big asteroid into the mass relay to stop the Reapers from arriving. And I think it should be an option. You should get the choice to do it, and if you don't choose it, either you get a game over or something, or something else happens that makes you do it. So then you end up doing it anyway. But they just does it. He doesn't even get a choice. You just go, okay, in. I mean, obviously, I understand, because the Reapers are coming and they're like this big threat, and everyone could die if we don't do it now, if we're not properly prepared. But I mean, it could have been done a bit better the way that it was done. It was also very, very combat heavy. There was very little discussions. Discussions that were there were straight away just they were just read out. You didn't get a choice. Things were just happening, and then it just happened. And it kind of was a sign of what was going to happen with Mass Effect 3, because with Mass Effect 3 they have an option where you can just play the game and you don't do any choices. And that was kind of a sign that they were actually starting to become more of an FPS game than an RPG game with FPS elements. They started to care more about the action and the explosions and the Michael Bay stuff and all of that, which EA does a lot with their games, and a lot of other stuff does when it's like a FPS oriented game. And I don't know if it's because they saw that the FPS market is a bigger market and they get more money out of it, but it's just, as for the Mass Effect series, it just felt like you could just kind of see it starting to change into that at this point. But anyway, Mass Effect 2 and the DLC, yeah, it's my favourite game out of the three, and yeah, it was just a lot of fun to play. Hope you guys enjoyed that series. I mean, I know I enjoyed doing it. If my frenzied, shouts and excited vocalization of what was going on was any indication, I mean, obviously that might annoy a few people, but sometimes you just can't help yourself, So we've got that done and out of the way. Mass Effect 3 will follow at some point. I'm either thinking of holding it off until I do Dragon Age Inquisition, which I'm starting to think about, I'll tell you about after this, or I just start doing it. Or I start finishing some other stuff. Because I've been thinking for a while, since finishing Mass Effect 2, I've been thinking that maybe I should start up the other series I've got going on. Maybe I should start finishing off the other stuff. Like, well, I've still got Batman Arkham Origins to do. I've still got Sleeping Dogs to do. Everyone likes dogs, so all of a sudden, soon we're going to have Mass Effect Dogs 2 or something, where everyone's a dog. Call of Duty Dogs. That was just silly. Anyway, but yeah, we still got those to do, so I might end up finishing those before I start off Mass Effect 3 or whatever. I've still got old playthroughs to do. I mean, I've still got Final Fantasy 8 to finish. I've still got all this other stuff. I think I've probably talked about it before loads of times, but I need to get around to finishing those off, because otherwise it's going to be nagging at me. It's like, you haven't finished this yet, you haven't finished this yet, and it seems as though the old playthroughs are actually getting watched by some people. Like, I remember reading a comment about a guy, one of the guys that started watching it, saying that he liked that this was there, so then he could actually know what he was supposed to do because he was stuck at some places and stuff. I get that sometimes with Tomb Raider as well. A lot of people like the Tomb Raider playthrough, or at least watched a lot of it, because I think the highest rated video I've got is Tomb Raider episode 43. I think it's the one I titled Big Guy, I think. I'll have to actually check that up. But yeah, they just get a lot of views. I mean, it's been a while since I've done it, but maybe that's what's bringing all these new people in, because I've been seeing a slight increase, not a big one, but enough to be noticeable, of subscribers recently. Because it's like, in a week I've got like 3, and I know that may not be a lot for like the big YouTubers that get like thousands and thousands in days and stuff, but usually I get like 1 every few weeks, and lose 1, and then gain 2, and then lose 1. Or gain 5 and then lose 4. That kind of thing. But I've gained like 3 in a week. And I don't know if that's because they just found my channel. It's just like, oh, we'll just follow this guy, see what he does, and if I don't like it, I'll leave. Or if they actually enjoy the content. I don't know. Because it seems as though most of the people that watch my videos are very quiet. They don't really comment on anything. I mean, there are still people that actually say, like, I don't know how to say his name, Mr. Rap Slayer or whatever, or MMRR Slayer. I'll have to actually check his name, but he comments a few times. And then we've got the people that are actually from the channel, the network group I'm with, the Lethal Legacy. I'm hitting puberty again, sorry. The Lethal Legacy. Some of them come on and watch my videos, or just comment just to see what's going on, especially the update videos. And then we've got the main guy himself, Leth, or Letalis. He's got like 2 channels, and sometimes he will come on and say some things, and I like that too. I don't know if I want to have an active, comment section, because then there's the flip side of it becoming too active and then hard to manage, and then people end up having fights and stuff. So I don't want to change it unless, well, I can't really change it. I don't really know what to do with it, if that makes sense. But yeah, so we got that. Oh man, I went on a tangent about that. Oh well. So yeah, we got I got to finish that. Then I'm contemplating about playing Dragon Age Inquisition for my channel anyway. I'm going to try and record it again at some point. If it crashes multiple times again through the cutscenes, then I will still have to wait until they patch it. Because it's been a couple of months now. They've released all these patches, but they still haven't updated the cutscenes to 60 frames per second. They still got that stupid frames per 30 limit on it. And the problem for that is my computer, and nearly a lot of people's computers, can't handle the sudden transition from a smooth 60 or higher FPS in the normal game to suddenly shooting all the way down to 30 and not being allowed to go any higher until after the cutscene's finished. And this is only conversation cutscenes. Cutscenes where the camera just zooms down to your actual player models and, you know, the just normal talking bits. Those are fine. It's just the sudden shift just makes the computer go, oh crap, what's going on? Oh, God. And then it just shuts the game down because it thinks there's something wrong with the game. And it's not just me, a lot of other people are having that problem as well. But it seems as though recording exacerbates the situation, where instead of it happening every once or twice in a couple of hours, it happens once or twice in a couple of minutes. Literally, it's completely mind-boggling why this is still an issue. They released a freaking DLC for Pete's sake. That's Pete's sake. What am I, from the 80s? Anyway, so it's well, if you're going to release DLC, fix the problem first, and then release DLC so then people can enjoy it. But that's there. I'm going to try to record it. If it works, great. That's fine. I'll go with that. If it doesn't, then I'm going to have to punch someone. Maybe I'll punch my wall. You know, that'll hurt my hand. And I've done it before, and I broke my wall once. But you know, the wall can take it. It's wood. So yeah, I might think about that. Mass Effect 3, obviously that's going to come at some point. I want to ask you guys a question though. It's in regards to the Mass Effect 3 playthrough. It's specifically the end, because it has been around a while, and a lot of people probably don't know this, but the ending fucking sucks. Okay? And I'm going to give you guys the option. I might create a straw poll about it, or I might just ask you to put a comment. Who knows? I'll probably end up putting a straw poll and then just put it in the description or something. But it's we can do it one of two ways. We can either play through the entire game and get the extended cut DLC ending, where they add all this extra stuff in. You can do that, which is the normal ending that you get if you just get the extended cut DLC and you just play it to the end. Or I can install a mod, which I think is called the Mehem, or MEHEM ending mod, which tweaks the mod so then it actually sort of works better than what BioWare has actually given us. It's more of a slightly happier tone to it, but that's because it actually makes sense. It actually makes proper sense in the context that every person's given in. I won't say much more. If you want to find out more, you can look up the mod. But I would want to try it out for myself, but I don't know if you guys would want to see that. I don't know if you would just want to see, if you haven't played Mass Effect 3, you just want to see what the ending is, see what happens and all of that, or if you actually just want to see an ending that you actually feel fulfilled with. Because in all honesty, the ending of Mass Effect 3 leaves you, well, it left me furious that I spent nearly a lot of my life with this series and then just get nothing. But I'm going to leave this choice to you guys. So you can have the original extended cut DLC ending, or you can have a modded ending, which is probably a lot better than what you get. So I'll leave that to your guys' decisions. What else was there? We talked about Batman, we talked about Mass Effect, we talked about Inquisition. I guess really the only thing left to talk about would be the giveaway that I did about a few weeks ago. The one with the Star Wars giveaways. You know, I've got the piece of paper here somewhere that has all the things on it. I've got nothing on it. I should have really gotten this ready beforehand, but where did I put that piece of paper? Don't tell me I've lost it. Blah 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 blah. Ah, no, here it is. Right, and it was like 3 questions that I asked you guys to answer, and they were for the Republic Commando DLC game, the Empire at War, and the Starfighter games for Star Wars. The problem is, out of all of my subscribers, only one person entered. Only one person answered the questions. So either you guys aren't interested in those games, you're not interested in giveaways, or you didn't know the answers. So I'm going to redo it. Okay, I'm going to redo the questionnaire here right now. But first I shall give you the answers to what the previous ones were. So it's like the first question was, who did I get in a relationship with in Dragon Age 2? The answer to that was Meryl. I went in a relationship with Meryl. Number 2 was, how long was my total playtime of Murdered Soul Suspect? That was the entirety of the videos added together. I ended up having to use a calculator because for me that was too hard. It's too much maths. So I got, what was it, 7 hours, 37 minutes and 18 seconds. The guy that actually answered that question was off but I think about 30 minutes. But hey, maybe he did it the correct way. I don't know. I just added them all up. And the third question is, who did I end up with at the end of The Walking Dead Season 2? And the answer was Kenny. So, but those are under the bridge. They don't matter. You know, just throw that away. So we got that. So the new question is for all 3, because I've decided to do a thing where instead of answering one question for each, I'm going to give you one question for all, and then you can decide if you want all of them, or, you know, if you just want one, then I'll do another question in air later on, or heck, I might just give you all 3 anyway. I don't want them. So the new questionnaire or question for all 3 games, which are, again, if you want me to read those, the Republic Commando, Empire at War, and Starfighter. The question is, when did I start recording videos? It's when did I start recording my videos on my channel? So that could be the easiest question I could think of, at least for me. I mean, I'm not having anything against you guys. I'm not saying that you're dumb. I mean, shut up. Not you, me. I'm just going to make it worse. But yeah, it should be an easy question. You just look on my channel, first video, then the date, and then you're done. You just put that down, and then we'll see what goes from there. Hopefully we get more than one guy that answers. If no one answers again, then I'll probably stop doing the giveaway and just give them away. I'll just give them to someone that wants them that I know. Probably the guy that actually answered the one question. Oh, no, the one guy that answered. But, yeah, hopefully this time it will go better. So I'm going to have to go to that other video and say cancelled or whatever. But, yeah, so I think that's everything. We talked about Mass Effect 2, we talked about Mass Effect 3, Inquisition, Batman, Sleeping Dogs, possible restart of old playthroughs, the giveaway, and yeah, I think that's it. I mean, I guess I could talk about live streams, because it's been a while since I've done a live stream. I think the last time I did one was back last year. Mainly, I've just been at the time I was too busy, but nowadays it's just because I'm procrastinating, and it doesn't seem as though a lot of people watch them. I think the last time the maximum amount of people I ever got watching the live streams was 5. I'll have to check that out, but it's not usually a lot. Maybe I'm not fun to watch at live streams because you've got to have like a certain personality in order to watch, and I don't think I'm good yet. I've still got to do Alpha Protocol, so got to go from there. I've also got to find out a better way of setting it up because it's a weird thing. Cause it's like I've got one computer screen. I don't have two. I'm not rich. I can't afford 2 screens, and my desk's not big enough to support that. And neither's my wall, so I can't put 2 screens on a wall. I mean, I could, but I'd have to saw a bit off my ceiling because I've got like a sloped roof because I'm in the attic. So, well, a converted attic. So it's I don't know when or if I'll start up live streams again because, like I said, not a lot of people watch them, and I don't know. It's also kind of the whole thing with like YouTube being very, very strict about what you do with a live stream. Like, for example, when I did the Metal Gear Rising Revengeance playthrough, it got cut off right at the end because it ended up detecting that there was music playing that was copyrighted. But the thing is, the whole game has music in it, but that didn't get copyrighted. It should have... It just... That one time, right at the end, when I beat the boss, it just got cut off for no reason. Even though I was literally louder than the music, it still got detected and then cut off. It just went, nope, this thing, I heard one note, you're gone, my friend. It's like, well, thanks. Which is a shame. So I'm always kind of worried that it will cut it off. Twitch is a bit more forgiving on that side because it ends up doing it after you recorded. So if it detects live copyrighted music after you finish recording it, then cuts that the audio content out for the length of time that music plays. So it's a bit better then, but then that's the whole thing with Twitch being kind of weird with what they do. I mean, I haven't really checked into it, but apparently they demand more money from your earnings or something, or they're a bit more strict in how and what you do. I'm not sure. I'll have to look into that some more. But yeah, live streams, I don't know when I'll start them up again. Could be today, could be next week, it could be in a month. Who knows? But I thought I'd let you guys know where that's at least. And I think that's everything. So I'll finish off with the questionnaire again. When did I start recording videos? You know, put your answer in the comment section. Don't message me because YouTube doesn't tell me when I get a message anymore. I actually have to go to my freaking email and then say, you have received a private message. It's like, well, why didn't I know about that beforehand? But yeah, so just put it in the comments. Just one easy answer and then we'll go from there. If enough people answer, then I'll do a thing. If not, then we'll find out how it goes on from there. So this has been Major Shepherd. This has been another update video, and I will see you in one of my series. Bless me. Until then, play more games. Nah, stealing someone's thing. Get some eggs. Yeah, I'm not very good at signing off. Okay, I'll see you later, guys. Bye.